It's the crack of dawn. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh my. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Coaching Matters. Please and thank you. Don't forget to share the video. I'm super excited. This is the next episode from my Crack of Dawn series. And today we're going to talk about if age ain't nothing but a number, or what is age really? And can we be mature? I mean, that's the question. It's not easy in the aging process to see how different we see age as we get older. Okay? So, welcome. Come on in. Get comfortable, relax. Remember, we don't want to forget how important it is to have more self-love. More self-love is vitally important. I know we want to love on our man. We want to love on our babies, our mamas, our daddies. We want to love on our family. However, we kind of shortchange a little bit the love of ourselves. And we can't afford to do that. We have to begin, excuse me, to love ourselves. It's very important. It's vital. It's very efficient in this in what we have going on. We oftentimes are so big about making sure everyone else is happy. We want to make sure that everyone else is in joy. But unfortunately, that's not our responsibility. No matter how much we want to make people happy, it just doesn't happen, unfortunately. But just remember, you have to love yourself. It's so important. I know it's hard to wrap our minds around loving ourselves, but it is so essential and so important. So why did I want to talk about this today? I have a book out called She's Beside Herself. Okay, so this book is a book that's excellent for anyone. Even though the title is She's Beside Herself, it might seem a little all about women, but actually it's a book about maturing. And if you have a mom, if you have your kids, I'm telling you, it's vitally important. Hey, love. Yes, make yourself happy. I know. Twizzlers is your thing? Listen, let me think about that because I love that you brought that up. Twizzlers are delicious. Yes, I'll tell you what makes me happy when I want to get my little snack on. I will eat, what is it that I love so much that I stop and grab if I'm just Nutty bars. I love Nutty bars. I know that's crazy, but it makes me happy. And always remember to think of yourself. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm letting you guys join in, but don't forget to love yourself. Today is about loving yourself, please. Also, remember that She's Beside Herself book is on sale. It's $10 off on my Patreon. So don't forget to go over there and grab this book. If it's not going to be for you, gentlemen, I suggest you get the book so you can help your daughters out, so you can help your woman out. You might want to maybe have someone else give it to her because it's really going to be a little bitey a little bit. But no, this book is really powerful. It will really help to incentivize the power. Good morning, Irv. Good morning, Brian. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Really, don't forget how important it is to get excited about loving yourself. And like I said, if you have a child, a daughter, a sister, a mom, a woman in your life that you have found just through the years, it's called She's Beside Herself. It's in my Patreon. And my Patreon is called Coaching Matters, but it's also under my name, Carla Nicole. So if you have any women in your life that matters, okay, and you find that it's so frustrating that you feel like they just never really grew up, and you're like constantly trying to be like, where are you getting your thought process from? That doesn't make any sense. Why am I feeling like I'm feeling like I'm having to father you, or I'm having to guide you into thinking properly? I want to put you guys up on game with something. This book is powerful. It will change the planet if I really have some people support it. I'm telling you, She's Beside Herself really helps. But I want to start really from the beginning. When we are young as girls, we are already geared up to want to be a mom, to want to be a wife. This has been from baby dolls, Barbie dolls, all that stuff has been incentivized in the mind of the woman to become a mom, to become a woman, to become a wife, to become a girlfriend, fiance, whatever. We're always incentivized to be something, to make sure we know how to cook, how to clean, how to make sure our man is happy, and all of that. We are oftentimes so incentivized to have that we are losing sight on why is it that women, once they get a certain age, we feel like they're not really where they need to be in here, immaturity. Why does it seem like, I know so many men that I coach, they're like, man, I feel like I'm having to teach her like she's my daughter, and it shouldn't be this way. I'm confused. Well, here's the thing. I want you guys to get this because this is vital. Hey, young girl, this is vital. I want you to remember how important it is that this happens. When we are young, as young women, we are taught to have baby dolls. The baby dolls is, oh my God, hey, young girl Shelby, so glad you're here. The young girl syndrome, we're taught that, oh my God, I want to have baby dolls and I want to have Barbie dolls and all this stuff. I get it. Problem is, with these baby dolls and Barbie dolls, we're taught to be in love with someone outside of ourselves. So my book, She's Beside Herself, is to help you realize that yes, we have a chronological age. We celebrate our birthdays every year, every 365 days. We're happy, we're excited. We got it, woohoo! We got a new year in. And then, as we get a certain age, after a certain age, we start to panic like, oh my God, I'm getting old. Now, I know it seems crazy, but if you can think back when you were young, and I know the elder women can get with me on this, when you're young, you can't wait to leave the house. I can't wait to be grown. I can't wait to take care of a man and take care of my babies and be this and be that. We're so eager to want to thrust into being grown. And okay, we get out here and we become grown, and guess what? Lifing starts lifing. We start having to make responsibilities start getting heavy. And now we're thinking, oh my God, this is a lot. How am I supposed to take care of my kids, take care of a man, and still prioritize me loving myself and being responsible for me and what I need? I'm so busy trying to make sure everybody else is happy that I'm losing myself, my sense of self. So in my book, I'm going to go on page, let's see what page I'm on. I'm going to go on page, let's see what page this is. This is page 3. On page 3, the question, or should I say the title, I didn't do chapters for a reason. I just wanted people to read the book. I don't want you guys caught up in what chapter it is, because chapters are not relevant in this book. I want people to be able to go to the book and pull out what it is they need from the book, and it's important that you understand that. So the question on the top of this particular page is, what age am I really? Yes, right now I'm 52. I'm going to be 53. Hey, oh, thank you, baby. I'm going to be 53 next month. Oh, I love it. Yes. However, once we start maturing and aging, we start to say into ourselves, ooh, this is a problem, because now I got to know, I know I'm 53 chronologically, but what age am I emotionally? No one ever talks about what age. Thank you, baby, for telling me happy early birthday. Yes, 53, babe. 53. It's coming, honey. It's coming. So I have to sit back and be like, well, what is it? How is it that I'm supposed to understand where I am emotionally? Because emotional maturity is what the man has to deal with, how we raise our kids, how our families get to interact with us. Our emotional age is what matters. And now I have to tell you that when I ask, what age am I really? I'm having to ask, ooh, what's the grade? So, in the chronological ages that we are so excited about as we age every year, and we're like, oh, as we get older, we're like, I don't want to get any older. Can we stop the clock? No, you can't stop it. But what you can do is you can see if you emotionally really truly sit down and look at it, you'll realize, you know what? Okay, where am I emotionally and how is my emotional maturity? So, as your coach, Coach Carla Nicole, I actually created a 3R spectrum to help you to know where you are with your maturity. What in the world does that mean, right? Well, I'm going to look at you and say, well, how do you, when you get upset, how do you respond? How do you react? And how do you resolve? Those three questions, and you answer them accordingly, will let me know your actual mature age. Not your chronological age, but the mature age you developed up to, which helps me so much to know how to guide you when I'm coaching you. So I have to know, listen, one on one, I have to ask you certain questions to know, well, when you get angry, do you respond? Are you quick to temper? Are you quick to get angry? Are you quick to get mad and forget this? I'm done with this and all that? Or are you somebody that'll, rather than quick to be reactive, you'll sit back and say, well, wait a minute. Let me think. How can I do this? How can I really respond and see if I am mature or not? What is it? So here's what we do. I see you, Bailey. I see you. What do we do when it comes down to our mature age? So I want you to think about something. So what I'm going to read this excerpt from the book. It says chronological age versus mature age, and what I said here is very important. Chronological age is easy to track because it's formal. We're used to it. We know that when we came to be on the planet, our age of birth, our date of birth, our month of birth, our year of birth, we know exactly when to celebrate and get excited about our birthday. For instance, mine is the 9th of January. So I know off the rip, I know exactly. Okay, on the 9th of January, I have made it to 53 as an example. However, when we mature, we don't have these dates because they are varied. And get this, sometimes we can be at a certain level in our maturity to where it looks good. However, it may regress. And let me tell you what the ages start with. Sometimes we're age 6 to 9. Sometimes we're ages 10 to 13. 14 to 17, 18 to 22. I mean, we have different variations in our emotional development that we might not even realize that we do. And unfortunately, because of it, we think we are a certain age. And yes, you are that age chronologically, but emotionally, you are really treading low on how you respond to things. Remember the 3R spectrum. How do you respond? How do you react? How do you resolve? This, my love, is very important. If you have daughters, if you have a sister, if you have a woman, and you know for a fact that she's quick to temper, she's quick to get angry, she's quick to go off, she always has the last thing to say, you'll be like, man, I can't, I've got to think in my mind and rehearse in my mental space how I'm supposed to say something to her, because I know if I say something the wrong way, she's going to get angry. And so now, as the man in her life, or the daughter in her life, or the bestie in her life, you're trying to figure out, well, how can I say something to her without her jumping the gun, without her getting angry, without her taking it wrong? Well, this is what I'm talking about. She's beside herself. And what I mean by that is she's so quick to temper because she never developed how to react and pause on her reaction and take her time with it, because a lot of times when women get angry, they don't know how to not be responsive. They don't know how to channel it. Like, okay, I'm upset, I'm feeling away. Rather than me reacting, let me just shut this down real quick and let somebody know I'm upset, yes, but I'm not going to go there and show out and cuss out. I'm going to hold back, not going off, and start to realize that, you know what, in my pause, this might help me. This actually comes with maturity. Emotional maturity is developed over time, but sometimes as we were young, we never developed it. So our emotional maturity is underdeveloped, or it's non-existent. So now you're in a relationship and you're always lashing out, always cussing out, always telling people how you feel, and you expect everybody else to deal with you. Okay, I get it, but the problem is everybody's treading lightly. So you're not able to really be understanding of what is really going on, because people don't know how to tell you things, because you're oftentimes overly offended by everything. And when you're overly offended, nothing can get taken care of, nothing can be resolved, and no one is feeling comfortable around you. They're treading lightly in your spirit, around your spirit and around your soul and around your presence. They don't know how to react to you because you're so quick to go off. Listen, this is because you never developed in your emotional maturity. I'm going to tell you what, and I told this to a client yesterday. She came from my Patreon. And if you haven't joined my Patreon yet, go over there and check it out. It's Coaching Matters, and it's under my name, Carla Nicole. I'll tell you what I told my client yesterday. I said, unfortunately, you would be surprised how many 60-year-old women are only 9 years in their mature age. They're only 9 years old in their mature age. They're grown. They've aged. They're 60. They're 70. But emotionally, and how they handle and are interactive in love affairs, and how they handle parenting, and how they handle being at work and coworkers and stuff, they are 9 years old. And because they're 9, most people can't relate to them, or they feel like I just can take her in small doses. So now people are feeling away. Well, why am I always the last to know everything? Happy holidays to you, Chris, Christ follower. How am I supposed to, seriously, how am I supposed to feel like I can relate? Well, it's hard to relate to someone when you can't sit down and realize that, oh, I have to be taken in small doses because I'm quick to anger and I don't know how to handle my emotions. And so everyone in my presence finds themselves frustrated by me. That's why. And so because of this is why in this scenario here, we feel ourselves very, very agitated. And when we want to love someone that we care about, but every time we say something, they're easily offended, it's hard to get okay in understanding, how does this person get over this? How do they get over it? They don't. Because they don't realize that this trait that they have is causing other people to not feel as warm around them. But again, this has not been taught in school. Learning about your emotional maturity has never been talked about. I had to learn this on my own, and I did this with my client. When she first came to me, and mind you, she's older than me, she came to me and was like, listen, I'm having all kinds of situations. My kids are out of pocket. All this is going on. And I said, wait a minute. Let's look at your maturity, your emotional maturity. Let's do a question and let's do it. Let's do a Q&A. Let's ask you this. Has it ever come a point if someone asked you, what age are you? And I'm talking about your mature age. So how old are you in your maturity? So how old do you think you are? I want you guys to do this because this is going to be fun. How old do you think you are? And don't be offended. How old are you? It's very important because if you really want to know, you can take my test too. I have a test called the Soul Freeze test. The Soul Freeze test will allow you to decide how old you are. How old are you in your maturity? What's your guess? Like I said, you could be between the ages of 6 to 9. You could be as old as 29 in maturity. And listen, your mature age is completely different than your actual chronological age. And it's important that you just answer that just to have fun with it. Sometimes we don't know. We have no idea. Go ahead. It's in the chat. How old are you in maturity? Answer that real quick and see where you're at. Just have some fun with it. What age do you think you are? Let me know. Let me know. Put it in the chat. You think you're 30, huh, Christ follower? Okay, let's go. I love it. Who else? Yeah, see, you're 54. See, and I'll be 53 next month. And I didn't realize that it's very vital that we understand our mature age so that we can learn how to develop it better. My one client that I did yesterday, she took her test. She took my Soul Freeze test, and she was like, "Oh my God, I am 16." And I was like, "That's not a bad age." She's like, but she's into sports, so she was like really frustrated, and she was like, I don't know. I just, it's really bothering me that I'm not, the winner. Of course, to be 30, it changes a lot because you're thinking, I want to be the best, that I can be. And I told her, I said, well, you might be 16 today and 29 tomorrow. I don't know. We change at all times. We have variations in life. We will progress, we will have progress, and then we will also regress, depending in the season, depending in the sadness, depending in the disappointments, depending in the joys and the excitements and the promotions in life. We might have monumental moments where we are so mature, other people are like, who are you? You have really changed. Like, yes, because now I've changed into a new and evolved into a new version of myself to where now I don't feel as burdened by whatever everybody else thinks of me, how other people relate to me. I am now much better. But there's never a time in this lifetime while we're here that we don't need to evolve her. We have to. There's things I'm working on right now as we speak. I just lost my dog of 18 years, my dog Marley. And when I tell you, going through that grief is one of the hardest things. I mean, Marley was 18. My son is 17. So going through that grief of losing a pet, my dog's name is Marley. He was 18. He passed away this past week. And when I tell you, it's like you lose a family member that has been in your life for over almost damn near 2 decades. And when you're going through this grief like this, I'm trying to figure out, well, where am I as far as my mature age right now? And I'll tell you what, it has been impacted to where since I lost my dog, um, and Marley was a cockapoo, so he was really cute, furry and stuff. But when I lost my dog, man, this past week, um, I didn't realize how much it would impact my maturity. I ended up caving into being almost the age of 14. So I knew if I'm around my kids or around my partner or around my family or around my friends, it might be better for me not to just start to talking or starting to get offended because I regressed back when I'm in grief. So that is also a part of this that I'm telling you. We can be mature, yes, but we can also be at a point where we're like, oh no, I'm regressing. Because I'm going through my pet grief with the loss of Marley, I'm having brain fog. So I'm not as sharp. So right now for me to make decisions is not good for me. This is not the time for me to make major life decisions. And because of the fact that I'm aware of my mature level being impacted because of my loss of my dog, I'm able to sit back and be like, okay, let me understand that I am in a brain fog. I lost a member of my family, my cockapoo dog of 18 years. I lost him. So now, what do I need to do to make sure that I'm not quick to temper, that I'm not quick to respond, that I'm not quick to take everything personal? I've been developing this new way of being. When someone says something that I don't agree with, or if I feel away, or if I'm getting quick to feel offended, I'm now stopping myself. And this is one of the things that I show in my book, She's Beside Herself. I stop and I do my deep breathing technique, which is inhale as deep as I can go, hold it, and exhale ha. And when I'm doing this, just the inhale really helps because I don't want to say something that I shouldn't be saying because I am in a brain fog and still in the heart of my grief of losing Marley. Let me not be so quick to temper. But it's not easy. I'm still human. Yes, I'm a coach. Yes, I'm helping people. But even in that, I'm still dealing with the loss of my dog. So I'm trying to figure out, well, what do I need to do to make sure I don't lose sight on the fact that right now I'm not at the best I'm not at the best in my maturity. I'm not. I have caved into trying to figure things out, and it's just not easy. So I'm wanting you guys to understand that it has been a challenge for me to try to come to terms with how does this impact how I am dealing with um, this loss. And then still trying to make sure that, yes, I'm going to be, 53 next month, but where am I in my maturity? Am I quick to temper? Am I finding myself easily butthurt about what somebody says to me? Do you know what butt hurting does for us and when we're angry and when we're upset? Listen, being butthurt comes easy, especially when you're frustrated, especially when you've already been through something mentally. And I'm in, like I said, in the throes of grief. So if somebody says something that doesn't settle well with me, I'm quick to temper. Would you say? Can I go into road rage? Absolutely. I've lost my dog. So now I'm going to feel it's easier to go into this mad woman. And I don't know why it happens. But girl, you just lost your member of your family. It is going to be difficult. Okay. So now that I have a reason, I can't allow the reason to be an excuse to act a fool. But I do need to give myself grace and say, you need to pause. You know you can't make decisions right now. This is not the time for that. So, I hope I help somebody today. This is something that can really transform your life. It can help you become more self aware. This is a part of self loving. Remember, I tell you all the time, more self love is essential in this lifetime. When we really prioritizing loving on self, it changes everything. Because guess what? Oh, with me loving myself, loving someone else comes easy. But when we start to get to the point where we're like, oh, I can put me on the back burner, let me take care of this and take care of that and take care of others, and I'll just push myself to the side. But unfortunately, when we do this, it costs us enormously. Unfortunately, we gotta see beyond trying to please other people and start realizing that it's not easy. It's essential when it comes down to what we need to do. Pay attention. Grab my book, She's Beside Herself. It is on sale right now, $10 off. The usual price of it is $22, but right now you can get it for $12. And if you like the audio version or the audio book, it's usually $33, but you can get it for $23. So now is the time to grab the book. It's going to really help you because it's a source. And I told my one client, this is the girl Bible. You can sit down and realize, ooh, I need some work to do. I even did it for myself recently. Like I said, once I got into the thick of grief, I had to sit down and be like, well, I have to be honest with me. And that sometimes isn't easy. You know, I can put on a good show. I can make you think everything's fine, but in the real of it, I'm not fine. And so because I'm not fine, I need to be able to sit down in that and say, okay, with me not being fine, what does that mean? Because how do I describe it to someone that loves me that you might not get a very good response? You might not get a good rapport. You might get days where I'm dry. You might get days where I'm forgetting and you're confused, like, what's going on with you? Well, what's going on with me is I'm still in the thick of my grief. I'm still trying to figure things out with the loss of my dog. So can you just be patient with me? I'm going through it. And once I'm honest with me, I can be honest with you. That's a part of loving myself as well. It's not easy out here. You know what I'm saying? All the demands and things that need to be done, and you got to clean your house, you got to wash your clothes, you got to make sure you're a grandmother and make sure you're taking care of your son, and your daughter's over here doing what she needs to do. And there's a lot of demands on you. I know because I'm going through it. And I'm like the person that everybody looks to for solutions. It's like, okay, I am not to, you can't come to me for problem solving right now. I'm not doing too well on my own problem solving. But when I was okay, I do have tools you can use right now, like the book, taking the Soul Freeze test. These are things you can use right now to where you can actually benefit, because you can find out what your actual what your actual mature age is. Because when we know for sure, oh, this is the age I developed at, it's not an age to be embarrassed about. My one client was like, I'm 16. I'm like, don't panic. This is great for us to know, because now we can see where you can grow from. We don't know what we don't know. But when we have a newfound self-awareness, we can now figure out some things. Okay, so I'm 16. There's some things and some truths around why I do what I do, why I respond how I respond, and why I might be struggling with resolving stuff. And why I keep going back into the madness. There's reasons for that, yes. So now that I'm helping her to not be so embarrassed or feeling a way about the age she came up under, I'm like, look, that's just where we start for your growth and your development. But now also understand, just because you're 16 doesn't mean there's some things in your development in 12 that we can still go back and tap on to even get stronger in our personalities. Because this, my love, is really one of the hardest things to do, which is to grow in self. It's easy for everybody else to be judgmental of everybody else, to talk about everybody else, but when it comes time to being serious about you and taking care of you, that's a whole nother animal. Okay? So I'm Coach Carla Nicole. I'm so glad you guys hung with me, stuck with me, and got to the point where you're understanding that it is okay to be a little bit immature at times. But we need to understand that if we're going to grow and evolve her, the inside, the soul, your soul, you're going to evolve her into her higher self. You've got to be willing to sit down and see, well, where is she now? What is her actual mature age? Where is her age falling at? Because it's easy to say, oh, I'm 50, 52. Like I said, I'm 52 right now, going to be 53 next month. That's fine. That means how many solar returns I've got to enjoy. However, how am I responding in love affairs? How do I react? How do I resolve? That's a whole nother animal. Because if I'm quick to anger and take everything personal, I'm actually not really a joy to be with. And these, my love, are something we have to consider, be aware of, and learn how to develop. Go to my Patreon under Carla Nicole with a C. And just go over there, join my membership. I have a membership right now called the Living Soul Circle, where I'm helping women to develop and learn about their, well, even men can come on there too, where I'm helping you to develop and build your understanding of your living soul. I also have Choosing Your Self-Trust membership. Come over there and join that. That's very important, because if we have trust issues in love affairs, it's usually because we don't know ourselves and we don't trust ourselves. Well, how do you trust someone you don't know? Most of the time when we were young, we were told not to, don't talk to strangers. Remember that when you're little? Don't talk to strangers. And not realizing that, okay, that's true, but if I don't talk to myself and do some type of self-work and self-study, I won't know myself. And if I don't know myself, hey, Buster, how are you? If I don't know myself, how do I trust myself? I mean, this is a basic question. How do I trust someone I don't know? How do I trust someone that I have no relationship with? But yet I demand that my man trust me. I demand that my kids trust me, but I don't trust me. Like, man, if I go over there, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, then that's not good. That means you don't know yourself. That is why we get in these messes. I'm telling you. Same to you. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, 30, I see you. So yes, we have to get beside ourselves and understand, listen, this is where I'm at as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to close the shop. Join my Patreon. Hello. Join my Patreon. I want you guys to go over there because I've got so much stuff that you can benefit from. I'm teaching the power of taking care of you, learning about you. Yes, we were taught little. Don't talk to strangers, but you need to talk to you. You need to get to know you. You need to spend time with you. You need to learn about loving you. You want a love affair? That's fine. But how do you have a love affair and you don't have one with yourself? It's in my bio. My Patreon is Carla Nicole, CarlaNicole. That's my Patreon. And Patreon is I call it my universe. It's my world where you can actually get more of me real privately, to where you can go on there. You can listen to my audios. You can go over there and buy my books. I have a whole shop of nothing but things you can buy. Some things are $3. Some things are $23. It depends. Just what are you trying to do in your life? You have nothing but everything that you need over there to where you can actually benefit. But if you don't want to sit there and read the book, you can buy the book. She's Beside Herself, because you can learn about, oh, I didn't know I wasn't where I needed to be as far as maturity. That's okay. It doesn't mean it's something to be embarrassed about or feel a way about. Just know, in order to fix it and evolve yourself into your higher self, you have to get to the point where with acknowledging this is where I'm at. Like I just got done telling you, I lost my dog, so I'm not in the best of mind frame right now. I'm in a brain fog. I understand that. So I'm not going to be a good version right now to try to sit down with and make high decisions. This is not the time or season for me. And I understand that. But what we don't acknowledge is we need to sit down with ourselves and learn how to love ourselves. Loving self means I got to trust myself. If I can't trust me, how am I going to trust someone else? How am I going to be a good parent if I don't know how to be a guide for myself in making good decisions? All of this goes hand to hand. I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of people get in these frustrations and they're wanting everything to be fixed, but you can't fix what you can't acknowledge. I'm glad you're not a stranger to you. That is awesome because a lot of people are a stranger to themselves. They don't take the time with themselves. They don't want to sit down and realize, like, there's some things about me I don't know. Well, if you don't know, you need to discover it. My father, bless his soul, he passed away in 2022. But this always reminds me, and I thought about this morning when I woke up. My father told me a one-liner, and he was good with one-liners. He doesn't do, well, let me put it this way. My father was long-winded when he got on the subject, but he would give me little one-liners to think about. And I'm like, what are you going to tell me today, Dad? And he told me, stay curious. And I thought, stay curious? Why? He said, stay curious. In other words, be inquisitive in life. Question some things. Wonder. Be curious about what is going on around you. And I thought, man, that is one of the best things he could have told me. Because in my curiosity of learning how to become who I am to my highest ability, I got to be curious about, well, why does this happen when this happens? Why, when people come to me for coaching, why are they so frustrated in love affairs? Oh, they don't know themselves. Okay, well, let me help them. How can I guide them? Oh, let me give them a range of where they may be falling based upon certain ways they respond to things. Oh, okay, that's how I get it. Okay, I get it. When you go over to my Patreon, like I said, is my universe over there. When you go over to my Patreon, you can get free things. If you want to just join being free, that's fine. But the ones that really are getting the goods from me, they might pay $14 a month, $11 a month, and they are getting some very intricate things and tools to grow. When you come in my world, I'm big about making sure you're growing. And I don't want you to have to wait till 3 or 4 or 5 sessions with me before you start to growing and being able to use something. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're coming to me for learning how to evolve, learning how to love yourself, how do I do my self-study? What do I do? What do I say? How do I fix this? I want to give you the tool now. I don't want you to have to wait. I gave you today on here on YouTube how to do certain things when it comes down to when you're frustrated. You got to ask yourself, am I going to be reactive to this? Is it worth me giving it energy? I'm butthurt right now, so is it a time that I need to be going off on someone when I'm not feeling a happy way right now? It's not wise for me to go off when clearly I know going off is not going to be to my benefit. Let me stop. And let this person know right now is not the time. And when I do that, I end up seeing, oh, this is more beneficial because I'm not getting so reactive to people are just going on and on and on and on, and you're back and forth and you're arguing and getting nowhere. But when I stopped and say, I am I'm in a space right now where I can't with you. You're not hearing me. Your hearing is deafening. You're not listening to what I'm saying. So if you're not listening to what I'm saying, then that means you're not in a space to hear me, and I'm not in a space to talk about what we need to discuss to get resolution. So at this point, let me just stop all conversation. That's when you know you're becoming emotionally mature. That's when you realize, okay, I'm making some decisions now, not based off of being emotionally hurt or emotionally disappointed or emotionally frustrated or emotionally burdened, but now I'm making decisions with emotional thoughts and mastery. Now I'm coming to a new awareness of me. See, a lot of times when we're going through stuff and we're frustrated, we end up seeing our reactions after the fact. We see our reactions in our memory. But rather than doing that, we can actually change that completely. Rather than being so reactive, we can hold off giving a reaction and telling them, this isn't the time for me to address this. When you say stuff like that, and I give this to my clients all the time, when you say stuff like that, like, I can't I can't respond to this right now because I'm not going to respond well. And that person looks at you like, what did you say? It's not the time because I'm not going to respond well changes everything. Because you know what that does? It tells someone, I have something to say, but I'm not going to say it in the right way at this time. Let's shelve this and come to a conclusion that this is not the time to do this. Shelve it. It saves you so much aggravation, so much agitation, so much high blood pressure and aggravation. It saves you from it. All you have to do is sit down and be like, you know what? At this point, I'm not going to react to this. I'm not doing it. That's when maturity comes in. See, we wanted to be grown so bad when we were young. We wanted to rush out of our parents' home and get our own and do this and do that and have all that. Not realizing that that lifing shit, being a real-time, full-time lifer, ain't no joke. Because our parents and stuff were covering us and protecting us. But when we get out here and have to deal with the throes of life, we understand, ooh, this is a battleground. Yes. So in this battleground right here, I'm going to have to learn how to manage my emotions. Don't get beside yourself. That's why I wrote the book. She's beside herself because she is in a space where she doesn't know how to manage emotions. Her emotions are all over the place. Get the book. Like I said, I have it on sale. It's normally $22. It's $10 off. Go get the book. If it's not for you, get it for your daughters for Christmas or your kids or whatever. They will benefit from this book like they wouldn't imagine. Being able to sit down and make decisions soundly through a sound mind because they're able to stop and say, my mind is clear. I can make a decision now. I can have a reaction, but it doesn't have to be a bad one. I can react right now in an argument with somebody without saying a word. So my silence says a lot. I've done it before, and I do it a lot. If I'm in a turmoil with someone and we're going back and forth, and I just shut down all argument, get quiet, that's effective. Because that makes that person have to realize, ooh, I can't, okay, it's going nowhere. Right. Are you ready to have a conversation about this? Not yet. And be empowered. Because at the end of the day, time is the real gift here. While we're here, it's the time. Trust me. We don't get it back. Hey, Bryn. You said you deal with a lot of unsound minded men and women, and it's very difficult at times. Yes, so I'm telling you, I'm gonna gift you something that can help you. Let me take a sip of this tea. My mouth is getting dry. Make sure to go over to Patreon. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to my channel too while I'm taking a sip of this. Unsounded minded people, men and women. So, Bryn, let me give you something that I think will help you a lot. And also, don't forget to join my Patreon. Listen, it's not that it's difficult at times, it's difficult all the time when you have to deal with people that don't have sound minds. The hardest part about this life is that some people are in our life that we allow to have access to us, and we shouldn't. One of the hardest things to do is being more instrumentally big about who we allow to have access to us. We have to really get serious about this because our peace matters in such a way we can't describe. You know, one of the things that I've learned because I do this work, I can't let everybody have access to me. Everybody can't just come over here. Ever since I was young, I had, back in the day, we used to have this columnist. Her name was Abby. In Cleveland is where I'm originally from. And we had this newspaper. It was a newspaper. It was a plain dealer. And there was this little column called Dear Abby section. And people would just tell their grief and their stories. And Abby would go in and she would give resolutions to people's, their throes of life, their agitation, their disappointments. And she would give these, these developed ways to fix it. Well, I used to always say, and this has been my story since I've been young, I have a Dear Abby face. Somebody will come over to me and they'll just start giving me their whole life story. Not that I asked for it, but they just feel comfortable. And I know it's not just my face, but it's my energy. I'm welcoming and I try to be caring to everybody I come in contact with. But I know that for a fact, people get warm and feel joy because I care about them. And they just start laying on all their woes of life. And I'm like, okay. It can be overwhelming. And most likely, Bryn, you have that same thing. You just have a Dear Abby face like I have. And so unsounded minded people come to you because they really, really, really feel a comfort in your space. They enjoy you. They like feeling appreciated and heard. But because it can become overwhelming to you and your own peace of mind, you have to now be a little more particular about who you let in. My father used to say, you don't have to bring all stray cats home. And I thought, really? Always saying something with a little, thought to it, wisdom to it and stuff like that. But I'm like, what does that mean? But then after I got it, like, you don't have to bring all stray cats home. And I thought, you know what? That's hard to not realize that I do have that tendency to bring in people that I care about. And it makes it hard. Okay, so drug, alcohol addiction, and health, mental health. Yes. So, okay, again, I don't know if that's your profession. And if that is, that's even more so the reason why you're overly burdened because you can't escape getting away from it. But mental health, man, is a lot. It's a lot, but you have to prioritize you. I keep telling everybody on this call, don't forget, you have to have more self-love. It is vital for you to make sure you prioritize you. And in order to do this, unless that's your profession and you have to be around that so often, you have to now, if that is not your profession and it's just maybe family members or people you're in contact with, you're going to have to take them in small doses. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it was your profession. Okay. So with that said, you have to have an escape plan. And what I mean by that is, how are you going to come up with a way to where you have peace. And this is something that I gave a couple of my clients it's really been helping them, and I think it'll definitely help you. When you go into a situation where it's an overwhelming situation, I want you to do this, and you can even do this now, and anybody watching can do this. This is something that helps. I'm talking about immediately. I always give people tools they can use now. I don't wait. I don't gift you stuff that you can't use right now. I give people tools they can use now because I care about you and your betterment of your life and how you can navigate. So check this out, Bryn. Try this. So this is my breathing technique that I am even using now because I am in the heart of my grief of losing my pet of 18 years. So I'm dealing with brain fog, and I can't right now personally make major decisions. Okay. So because of that, I know, let me come up with a plan to where I'm not quick to temper. Let me come up with a plan where if I am going to make a statement, I'm a little hesitant to make it and kind of seeing if I'm going to make a statement that's going to be more right standing, if you know what I mean, instead of being so emotional. So here's what I have my clients do, and this really, really, really helps. You can use this today if you're going to work today. Well, you probably not because of the holiday. But when you go back to work, if it's not Friday, it's Monday, try this. Say, for instance, you're in the throes of all the madness going on at work. You can actually either take a break or you can do it right there. Inhale as deep as you can, and I'm going to show you how we do this, because we usually, when we first start doing the inhale exhale technique that I teach, a lot of times we just only inhale to the diaphragm. We don't go as deep as we can go. So what I do is I'll show you. I usually breathe in, but when we breathe in from here usually, which is where our heart chakra is. But I want you to go into the sacral chakra and get that breath from down here, because this is where the healing is. This is why they say the womb of the womb of the woman gives birth. Yes. She also gives the greatest birth of breath from here in the diaphragm. So the breath you take it from the bottom of the pit of your stomach instead of from the center of your chest. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I inhale as deep as I can go for 4, and then I exhale for 6. What happens, let me give you a skinny on what happens, is at the top of your crown chakra, you will feel a calming ease go right down through your head, all the way down to your feet in an instant. This will help lower your blood pressure. It will also help to ease your nervous system. When you are dealing with mental health, drug addiction, it's sporadic, it's unpredictable, it's all over the place. This will help you to help you, because you are in the throes of dealing with this type of clients that it gets overwhelming for you to feel in peace. So I want you to breathe in, like I said, from the diaphragm. I'm going to show you how to do it. I inhale as deep as I can go, and then I hold it, and then I exhale for 6. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And I usually close my eyes to cut off all distraction. So let me show you how I do it. I inhale deep for 4, exhale for 6. Here we go. And you can do it with me. Ready? From the diaphragm, inhale as deep as you can go. Hold it. Then one more time, breathe in deep as you can go. From the diaphragm. Hold it. Exhale for 6. When you do this breathing technique, it changes your heartbeat, it relaxes you, it makes you feel present, it makes you really realize what you can do and what you can't do, and it helps to build the mental clarity. Because these people that you are working with, they have a lot of problems and issues, some because of, their mental condition, and other times, well, not so much. But they made the choice to take the drugs. So is it mental because of the drugs, or were the drugs to soothe the mental condition, or is it because of pain and I had a lot of pain and I took drugs? I don't know your story. But what we do know is that is one of the reasons that most people are in the drug addiction, because they just didn't know how to navigate out of it. So for you, you have medicinal, unbelievable healing right inside of your body right now. And it's your breath. I tell all my clients, take 2 breaths and call me in the morning. And they laugh at me. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Take 2 breaths and call me in the morning. They're like, what does that mean? I'm like, your breath is your life. Your breath is your life. And once you realize, man, I don't even have to go anywhere. I don't have to tell nobody I'm doing it. I can just do it and get the peace in me just like that. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to take Tylenol or Motrin or whatever. I actually can go to my own body and get my own healing from my own breath. Yes, you can. And you will. It just takes practice. Nothing on the planet we get worth anything. I'm serious. What we get that's worth anything takes practice. Practicing how to love on us, it takes a job. It's a work. Yes, we go to work. Yes, we work on our kids and demand certain things from our man and what is he doing and all that. But we have to remember the power of us comes from our breath. And remember, I told you that the breath from the sacral chakra, that's a whole different kind of breath. Because a lot of times we breathe in and out without even thinking about it. It's not a thought. We don't sit there and be like, I got to breathe in, I got to breathe out, I got to breathe in, I got to breathe out. We don't think like that. It just happens. So when we breathe naturally, we just breathe. But when we breathe with intention, because I'm feeling overwhelmed, these people are coming at me, these people are acting a fool, these people are going through withdrawal, these people are acting like they see something that's not there. I have to be the one in some type of mental awareness to where I'm not crazy because this stuff will make me crazy. So how do I do this? Inhale as deep as I can go. Exhale as deep as you can. Fly you out for Christmas? Right, come on. Or you could just join me online. You don't even have to fly in this crazy weather. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can inhale as deep as you can and just be in gratitude. That's the other thing, is being in gratitude. When you are in gratitude, my grandson, if you are in gratitude for being on the planet, you'll realize, like, man, this gratitude and being in appreciation that I have breath to breathe, it starts to really make that even more joyful. But yeah, just try it. Just try it, babe. Just try it. And don't realize or don't feel the overwhelm. Those people, and I'm not saying that in a negative, they just made some poor decisions. And because of it, they are dealing with what they're dealing with. You are the angel in the madness, but you have to make sure that you don't become crazy because of their crazy. You have to stand above it. And then here's what also is very important. I'm gifting you this because I can feel you are really in a turmoil with this. Listen, Don't go to left of center. Take your time with you. Go to this space that I just showed you how to get to. That is your ecstasy. It's inside you. For real. This is your ecstasy right in here. But we have chakras. You know what I'm saying? We have chakras in the body. But the best breath to take is the one from the sacral chakra energy, because that's where we birth. That's where we give birth to our babies. That's the best energy for femininity on the planet. I go live every 2 weeks for Crack of Dawns. But you can also just become my client. You can become my client. I'm doing a special right now, $497 for 6 sessions with me. And you can come every week. We can make payment plans, all kinds of stuff. You can reach me. I will have everything, actually is in the bio, how to get a hold of me. You can even call me, 844-5 wisdom, after this is over, and we can talk about different things I have. I am on the planet to help people to get beyond the heaviness and the undeniable burden in this life we got going on. This is why I'm here, is to help those that really want to get out of the madness, because the madness can cause us to feel like, I don't know what to do. And so this is why I'm here, to help you. And I appreciate that you try and understand that you're not off. You're not. The mental health and the drug addiction is a lot to burden you. And for you to be in that community, you've got to make sure that you're constantly practicing how to heal yourself, how to prioritize you, because they'll have you crazy. And the next thing you know, you're like, I'm taking stuff. I'm taking Motrin just to stop the headaches. I'm going out and getting a drink every night so I can soothe. I'm drinking so that I can drink, so I can go to sleep. That's not good. You'll end up being a patient, messing around with patients like this. So also I have a herbal blend. Herbal blends called Restwell. Restwell will help you sleep. So when you're sleeping, you're resting. You're not just going to sleep, you're really resting and in a very fulfilling sleep. So if you want to know about me, just listen. I have all this stuff to provide you with peace. You don't have to be a part of the world. You can be of the world and aid them, but aid them to a certain manageable boundary. You don't allow them to come into your space. You have to put up boundaries, and you have to set the tone of, okay, this person's having some mental conditions. I can't let them in my space, but I have to let them know I care, but I can't let them know I care too much. Because the next thing you know, they're dependent on you or falling in love with you. And you can't afford that either, because that's not what you're there for. Again, I know, because I do this work. It's not easy, because people just really want to feel cared about. And unfortunately, abusive situations are normally why they're in the throes of addiction, drug addiction. And or molestation, or my God, domestic violence, all kinds of stuff people have endured that got them there. But if we can come up with a way to protect you, then we can do that. Like I said, I can be your coach. You can just, all you got to do is call me, 844-5 wisdom extension 0. Or you can join me on my Patreon. I have everything in my bio on here on YouTube. And like I said, you can also set up your appointment on my Setmore, which is Coach Carla Nicole at setmore.com. So again, I'll put all these links after this show is over that we're vibing with, and gift you what you need so that you can just figure it out, man. This stuff is a lot. And this is why I wrote my book, She's Beside Herself, because we have so much going on in the world, just the divide and not being kind to each other. I'm just trying to get that. Can we be kind to each other? It's not my business how you believe. That's not my business. I don't care about that. Can we care and be kind to each other? Can we be warm, loving? Can we give a damn about someone else's well-being without all this hatred? I'm just trying to be a light out here, and it's not easy to do, because everybody that's on this call right now are here because they're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in my world. That's why you're here. It's not by accident. But a lot of times people fear being okay because when you're okay, you feel like, okay, when's the bottom going to fall out? Okay, am I going to start sinking? Is this really truly solid ground or is this quicksand? I'm afraid. That comes from the lack of self love. And that's why we end up feeling the way about this. And it's not, listen, it's not easy. But like I said, I am a light here. I am caring about people. I love people. I want to see you be at the best, not be just, humdrum in life. We got too much to live for. But at the end of the day, I can gift you stuff right now that you can use today. Once you get off this call, you can do that breathing exercise on your own and be like, damn, this helped me. I have testimonies of clients that are like, I didn't think that I was going to get the actual help right now. I thought I was going to have to wait. No, you can love me and leave me, but guess what you can't do is unlearn that, because you'll now know, well, shit, if I'm mad, I can know these breathing exercises is going to save some people from an argument, especially me. I won't have to argue with you. It helps so much. I won't have to be so quick to anger. I won't have to cuss you out. I can actually be like, you know what, give me a minute. And when you're exhaling, just be in that moment. Just be engulfed in the peace that you actually hold in your spirit and in your living soul, where you don't have to feel so overwhelmed by nonsense, because that's what gets us in an uproar. How come you think people go into road rage? They can't master their mental emotional stability, because all of this other stuff that's outside of them causes them to go left to center. But really, we got the ability to control it, but it takes practice. Loving yourself isn't something you just happen to do. You know how many people are out here trying to date, to find love, and they don't realize you're not going to find nothing that you're not giving yourself. So even if you meet a man and he's handsome and he's nice and he takes you here and does this with you, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to appreciate it, because you didn't do the work for you first. This is why I do what I do. I'm helping you to see. Get my book, She's Beside Herself. It's on Patreon. I will have all the links here. Don't forget, you can reach me, 8445 Wisdom, extension 0. We can set up something to where you can finally get the freedom in this lifetime and joy that you need. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, my channel, Coaching Matters. To subscribe, it's important. It's going to help you. And then go to my Patreon under Carla Nicole. Okay, guys? I have went way beyond the time I was going to, but I felt moved because I feel like someone really needed me to be here a little longer. I usually only do these for 30 minutes, but it doesn't matter. If I'm necessary, if I'm needed, I'm here. I'm not going to just walk away. Well, I got to go because I said I'm going to be here for this amount of time. It's like, no. If I feel I'm needed, I'm going to be here. So that's my thing. You're welcome, Bryn. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody that's standing in themselves. Enjoy your holidays and your time off and all of that. But please remember, take time for you. Please, I ask of you to take care of you. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. It's your coach, Carla Nicole. Mwah. Take care, guys.